Welcome to a new episode of the Straight Wrestling Voices of the Indies podcast. I'm your host Morbo, and with me, as always, everyone's favorite US independent wrestling fan, Sebastian.
Thank you very much as always for the introduction, Morbo, and welcome to this week's episode of Straight Wrestling Voices of the Indies. And our guest today is probably one of the most known referees in the Southeast wrestling scene of the United States. She's especially known for her work in TWE and at the Scenic City Invitational. And we are really happy to have her as our guest today. And with that, thank you for taking the time to be our guest today, and welcome, Kim Skiles.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm kind of nervous, but
That's fine. So, Kim, for the people who don't know who you are, who is Kim Skiles?
So I am a referee at TWE, like Sebastian said. I'm one of TWE's head officials. I've also been on the Scenic City Invitational. I've been at Action Wrestling. I've been at New South. Just a few different promotions. I'm still working on trying to bring myself out more, but I'll get there eventually. It just takes time. But yeah, that's pretty much me, I guess.
Can you tell us how you get into wrestling as a fan and also what fascinates you about wrestling?
Okay, so I grew up around wrestling since I was little. I recall my first time watching wrestling in like 2006. My papa was the one that actually got me into wrestling. I give my thanks to him especially because I don't know if I'd be into wrestling like I would be if it wasn't for him. We used to always grow up like watching WWE. I remember watching like Ring of Honor and stuff. That's all that was big on TV. But yeah, I had the thing that fascinates me the most about wrestling is I gotta think about that because I think everything about it fascinates me. Like just how the crowd interaction is, how the storytelling, especially that's the biggest part in my opinion with anything in wrestling. Like the character development, all of it, like everything in general about it just fascinates me as a whole.
You are from the northern part of Georgia, close to Chattanooga, and on the stack of with pancakes, you said that growing up you already went to local indie shows. How would you say
Yeah.
did your perspective on wrestling change from being a fan to being a referee?
Oh man. My first ever wrestling show that got me like into it in the indies was this place called Empire Pro Wrestling. It was literally in my town. Um, as a fan, and I'm still a fan at heart, regardless being in the business or not. Um, just how the people, the wrestlers interacted with the crowd, like the heels, how like some of them had just that attitude, I guess is the word for it. Um, acted like that they're better than everybody else, and then like how especially the baby faces like connect with the crowd because if you notice the crowd, of course, they boo the heels and then they like cheer for the baby faces, or there's some fans that do like vice versa. So like it's cool like the connection with it. Um, After being in the business, like I used to study like referees growing up watching it, but like I didn't study it as much as I do now because like now I like appreciate them more because if you think about it, ref's job is basically the most important job in any match. Because of course there wouldn't be like no match without the referee because they're the ones that um does like the counts and stuff, the pins, calls for like submission and stuff. Like there wouldn't be no really matches without the referee. Um, I have like way more respect now for referees than I used to as a kid. I used to I'd like give the referee so much crap. But like now I get it. Now I get how hard it can be sometimes as a referee. But I enjoy it. It gives me like such a good thrill doing it. I honestly don't know what I'd do without, reffing. I'd probably be doing nothing really.
Can you tell us who trained you and who was the biggest influence on you starting as a referee?
Oh man, so I train under Jaden Newman. Basically, there was one day I like walked up to Jaden and I was like, "Hey, how do I like get to know more about the business?" Because I wanted to like know everything about the business, like the referee side, management side, like everything about it, like because it as a whole fascinates me. So I asked Jaden and like specifically about refing. I was like, how do I learn how to ref? How do I figure like get into that? And he sent me over to Ref Shiny Shoes. Um, Shiny Shoes help train me. It's also one of my biggest influences. I honestly couldn't have done it without shoes. Um, she still hugs me up to this day, gives me advice, tells me how good I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'd do without shoes. Um, Also, like and Gina was another one that I looked up to, coming up. Because I mean, I met Gina a couple years ago, but like Gina's perspective on riffing is like fascinating. Just for like watching how Gina riffs, I'm like, yo, I'd even ask like Gina for like advice and stuff, and honestly, Gina's amazing as well.
How did the local wrestler scene in your home region change during the time, from being a fan to being a referee?
Oh man, from me being a fan to like how wrestling is now, especially down where I live. Whenever I was little, there wasn't really no like live streaming of like the smaller shows. I mean, they'd record it for like the wrestlers, but like there was no way for like the fans to like watch it back. Not unless they put it on like DVD tapes, which they only put like the bigger shows on there. So like any shows I missed, I couldn't go back and watch it and know what I missed. Now, you can catch any indie show anywhere, especially in IWTV. Because we didn't have that back then. Kind of wish we had a platform like that, but I'm like really thankful for the fact that now I can go back and like watch different stuff, like different promotions. Now, like, because I honestly didn't think that there was as many promotions as there is um now, but apparently there's like so much things out there, and like I want I want to like branch out more to like even just to like go watch the shows because it's so cool. Storytelling has definitely changed as well from then and now. Because back then we didn't have like set stories. There was like a couple storylines, but like it wasn't like many at all. Now like there's a bunch of different stories, a bunch more promos. It like I think honestly everything has changed from back then to now. I'm kind of glad I actually get to live in this generation where there wasn't technology really back then, but now there's a bunch of technology now. So it's really cool. It's really cool.
Last year, I saw you refereeing live in person at both TWE and SCI, which are the promotions you are most known for, or the shows you are most known for. But before you first refereed a match at SCI, you were already there as a fan. You said on the stack with the pancakes that you haven't missed a single show of SCI. What do you remember about the first SCIs where you went to as a fan?
Oh man, the first SCI. Um, goodness gracious. So we got promos to like tickets to that show. That like the tournament is still the same concept, except back then we didn't have like the build up shows like the rumbles or um anything like that. We only had like the SCI because I think if I don't recall, the first show of SCI was in 2015. So Gunner from like TNA back then. There was Chip. I, I believe Chip Day was in there. The way that they put SCI together, it had me like very engaged into the show. I know now. Now it's kind of cool that I actually get to ref in something that I grew up watching. I would have never thought of that as a kid. Like now I get to like live that dream that I wanted to live because back then I was like I want to be in something like this. And then like now I'm actually like get to work something like that, and it's honestly the best thing ever.
I think it was in 2021 when you got to be a part of the SCI as a referee for the first time. What are your memories of this and maybe also your feelings looking back on it now years later?
Oh man. My feeling like I was like so emotional and like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I was actually in the SCI. I remember telling everybody, "Is this real? Is this really happening? Am I really working this?" Like it it's honestly like something that childhood me would have never thought would happen. Like like 15-year-old me would have never imagined Sand City. Like me actually being in the Sand City. Me actually getting to work the Sand City. Um I don't know. I was like super emotional that like I just remember having the biggest smile on my face. I was just happy to be there. I was nervous. I was super nervous too, because like Sand City is like very big. For like a bunch of people. And there's a bunch of people that watches the Sand Cities from like all over the world. So like that was nerve wracking. Um, but I'm really glad I got to live that dream and still get to live that dream of working in the Sand City and getting to work with Scott Hensley and now Matt Griffin as well. It's just honestly so cool.
Now, 3 years later, just like Gina Monti that you mentioned as kind of a role model, you are also a regular at the SCI as a referee. What does the SCI in general mean to you, both professionally and personally?
The Sand City, like I said, since the very first one, has always had a special place in my heart. Um, just like seeing how the wrestlers get like they get emotional, like everybody's super proud of the people that actually win the trophy. Um, it's honestly really cool that like a bunch of people that has been in the Cena City are now like on TV or like they're like actually traveling the world. Like that honestly just it makes my heart so happy to like see everybody succeeding that I and that has came through there, especially the Cena City. Like nobody realizes how much of a big deal Cena City is, but I think anybody that actually keeps up with wrestling knows what Sand City is. They know how like it's honestly a dream for like most people that get like booked on the show. I don't know. It honestly makes my heart so happy.
Speaking of promotions and shows you appear for regularly, you can say that TWE is your home promotion. When did you see your first TWE show as a fan, and when did you referee your first match at TWE?
Okay, so the very first show I seen as a fan It was in November of 2018. It's actually the day I got my first tattoo. Because I heard something about TWE on like Facebook, and mom sent me a message and goes, "Hey, there's this wrestling promotion that's literally 20 minutes from my house." I said, "Can we go check it out?" And then mom told me like the next show was literally the day I was getting my tattoo, and I looked at her. I said, "Can we go after?" And she goes, "We'll see, depending on what times you get done." And we got done like literally before it started. So I had to convince her to go, and so we went. And like that first show, that first impression, honestly struck a good impression on me. Just by everybody was so friendly, so nice. Like the wrestlers kept the crowd engaged. Like the talent was very phenomenal, and I was like, "Yo, I want to keep coming here." Um, then I seen a post on Facebook like a few months later, in I believe February of 2019, about training there. So I literally messaged mom. I said, "Can I try this?" So whenever the time came around for the first class, I took it, and I was like, "Yo, this is what I want to do. This is like this made like childhood me, the dream actually come to life." So but train and train and train. Eventually, it was in July of 2020 is whenever I first debuted as a referee. Um, I was so nervous whenever, like, the day that they told me that I was gonna actually ref and be on the show. I was nervous all the way up till then. Like I remember I was like, "I don't know what to do." I was like, this is cool." I was like, "Is this actually happening? Like, am I actually going to like be on the show?" Um, did that first show, like that honestly, it made it. My thought process was, this is where I belong. It's like I'm so glad I found this place, because I honestly don't know if I'd be living the dream if it wasn't for TW, if it wasn't for Jaden Newman and Shiny Shoes, as well as like Dylan as well, because Dylan is also another one that believes in me, and I honestly don't know what I'd do without them.
What does TWE mean to you personally, but also for your refereeing career?
TW holds a special place in my heart. Like that place is my family. Like that place is my home. Like there's nowhere else I'd rather be but TW. Like just the environment as a whole, like everybody's so welcoming whenever you come there. It's a safe place for people to come to whenever they need an escape. So I mean that's how it feels for me, at least. That's my safe place. That's a place where I know I can go and not get judged or um looked at weird for like how I am. Like I can just be myself there. Nobody else has made me feel like that. TW is like one of the first places I felt comfortable with just being myself.
You've also been a referee for New South Wrestling from Alabama. How was it to work for New South Wrestling?
It was honestly so amazing to work for New South. That crowd as well, like they they also made me feel like family and stuff. Um, the talent is amazing. The talent is great. Um, I love those guys so much, and I'm really thankful for the time I did work there constantly. That those Even those road trips and stuff, they hold a special place in my heart. Like everybody there was like they're also like so nice, and the way like the crowd interaction with the show is like honestly phenomenal. Like that crowd gets into it. Like the like TW's crowd and Action's crowd, like they get into it so much, and it makes it so much better whenever like it's not toxic or anything. Like everybody's so great there. The talent, the crowd, like everybody.
On, you talked about that you have been active for action wrestling as well. How would you describe your experience there, and what is special about action wrestling?
Action wrestling. I know my first time working there, Matt invited me, and Matt was like, "Hey, do you want to come out and ref the show?" So, of course, I went out there. That crowd is super electric. Um, they get like they help they help by like getting super involved and into it. Like that energy is like what I enjoy being in. Matt is amazing. Matt is great. Matt is also another one that um gives me advice and like tells me how great of a job I'm doing. And if I have any questions or anything, Matt definitely makes sure that gets taken care of, and also make sure that like all the talent is okay and great, and if there's any problems, it immediately gets solved. Like that place means it means a lot to me, and I can't wait till I get to go back down there.
Speaking of being active as a referee, and also regarding that you are our second guest who is a referee, I would like to know, do you think that referees and the work that they do are appreciated enough?
It honestly varies. I know in the environment stuff I'm around, I know like they appreciate the referee's work, like the talent, everybody appreciates the referee's work. Um, I feel like some people have different opinions on that. I'm not 100% sure because I've I've heard like positive things about the referee, and like I've been told so many times by people I look up to that that there honestly wouldn't there wouldn't be no wrestling or anything without the referees. Like I've been told so much positive things about it.
Is there a kind of networking between referees? So do you like meet with other referees and maybe talk about what to improve, do different, what promotions to work for, and so on?
So I've got um like there have been like other referees and like other people in general that have recommended me to different promotions. Um, I know for sure. Especially Shiny Shoes tries to put my name out there as much as he can. He he also specifically helped get me on to ICW um a couple times, which is it's really great to like have other referees that like recommend you to like different kind of promotions and stuff. Um, I'm definitely in the process of trying to reach out like myself to different places. But I have like a good idea now of like what places I could work at and what places would definitely possibly want me to work for them. Um, there has I have been um done networking and stuff. Yeah, like I said, just like other people have like told me like different places I could work and stuff. So
Because you just mentioned it, I would like to know, how was it for you to work for ICW No Holds Barred? As you just mentioned that Shiny Shoes got you on there. How was the experience?
that experience was honestly a dream come true. I grew up watching like deathmatch wrestling and stuff growing up. So like I grew up watching like Tank and stuff, especially. So getting to watch that growing up and like now getting to like be on the show, it like it's like ICW. They are amazing. Um that like I was nervous and then I got in the ring and I just got into like the zone so fast. It honestly made my childhood heart kind of feel real like super happy and kind of feel a little more fuller now that I actually got to do something that I admired growing up.
Out of all the promotions that we now talked about, do you have a favorite match where you have been the referee?
That's a really hard one. I'd have to think about that. I I don't ever think I have a set favorite. I have a there's a bunch of people that I enjoy working with. Um, if I had to pick a favorite match, honestly, Bailey starts versus Devin McCarthy. I think that's how you say it. That was a super good match. Just by how the crowd was super engaged. Like everything flowed really well. Like the energy was up. Everything was so good about that match. Um, but like I said, I have a handful of good matches, but I can't ever like put them like on a scale of being like my top favorite match. But definitely shout out to that match because that match was a really good match.
Do you also have a favorite wrestler or favorite wrestlers that you like to ref for, or that you like to do the refereeing for their matches?
Working like that I've already worked with, I definitely enjoy working with Anthony Henry. I grew up watching Anthony, and that was honestly a dream come true. I also like working with like Tank, and I like Landon Hell, um, Marcus Mathers, Alec Price. I want to ref a Jordan Oliver match one day. I feel like that would be like really cool. If if I was to pick like a bigger promotion reffing, my dream person to ref would definitely be like Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, so it'd be a dream come true to like actually get to work with Rey Mysterio. I also I worked with Billy Starks, and Billy Starks is one of like the best people ever. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure getting to work with Billy. Like Billy's the sweetest person ever.
Before Morbo will talk to you about what is next for you, my last question would be, what has been your favorite moment as a referee in wrestling so far?
Oh man, my favorite moment. I have a few of those. Um, Definitely whenever it's like a few of these is like SCI moments. Um, that definitely really cool whenever Aaron Wade won the Rumble this year. There was so many emotions and like honestly, it was really cool to experience that. It was also cool whenever Jaden Newman won it as well. Um, like the emotions and stuff, I feel like is what makes the moment so special. Like anytime. Um, and Billy Starks won the Rumble as well. That was honestly really cool, and like just by seeing like how happy and like how shocked they are whenever they do win, it's honestly cool, and it's like yo, this is why I love wrestling, just by how the emotions are, how like you can see that people care whenever it's like cool stuff like that happens, because it's like, like this has to be the best feeling for them, just to have that one moment that will stick with them forever.
You are known for your work as an IWTV official, and in this function, you have already been active as a referee as a part of big TWE shows and, of course, the SCI. Are there promotions in the Southeast where you would like to work for where you haven't been before?
I definitely want to work DPW in North Carolina, and PWF as well. Um, I I've had people recommend me to like those promotions, so I definitely want to work there. Um, I'm in the process of trying to get into working regional wrestling that is held in Birmingham, Alabama. Um, there's a promotion down in Florida too. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I definitely want to work some promotion down towards like Orlando. I thought that would be a cool experience to branch out to another southeast state. I'd be down to like work any promotion I haven't worked yet. Like just branching out to different places.
Your mentor, Shiny Shoes, has been to the UK now several times. Would something like this, or maybe going to Europe, or just a different continent in general as a referee, also be a goal for you?
I feel like yes, that is definitely a go for me. That's something that I'm definitely going to try to push myself to get towards one day. I just have to like make the towns in the states first. Once I start doing that, I feel like that accomplishment could be cool. Definitely working the UK could be cool. Working in like Japan or like Australia, that'd be cool as well. Like just to like travel with like roughing and stuff is what I want to do in life. I don't think there's anything else I want to do because that is my strongest passion at the moment, and it's something that I enjoy doing, and honestly don't know what else I'd be doing without it. So hopefully one day I can make that dream come true and make that a full-time job.
Aside from these more specific goals, do you have like one or several big goals you would like to achieve during your career as a referee?
My biggest goal is to definitely work for WWE specifically, mainly because I grew up watching WWE, and that has always been something that I wanted to achieve since I was like 6 years old. Um, I'm I'm really glad I'm finally on the track to achieving that goal. I just got to push myself even harder in order to achieve that goal. Um, I also grew up watching like Ring of Honor, so that'd be really cool to like even be on there or even work like GCW as well. Um, I've I watched a bunch of like GCW shows and like in my mind I'm like I kind of want to experience that at least once to like just be on that big show.
Okay, Kim, that's it. We are at the end of the interview, and as always, the stage is yours. You can plug and promote anything you want.
So once again, my name is Referee Kim. You can find me on Twitter at it's your girl Kim, as well as Instagram, the same username as well. That is my wrestling referee platforms. But yeah, thank y'all so much for having me. I really appreciate that a lot.
Thank you very much, Kim, for coming on the show. Yeah, as Sebastian said, huge fan of you. And yeah, maybe one day you come to Europe, maybe visit Germany, and we can see us in Germany.
Yes, that'd be so awesome. That'd be like the coolest thing ever. Hopefully one day I can make that happen.
Thank you very much, as always, to you, Morbo, to you, Florian, and especially to you, Kim. Thank you very much for taking the time to be our guest today. And as Morbo said, we are huge fans of you, of your work, of TWE in general, and also a huge thank you to everyone who listens to us. I hope you will listen to us in the future again. Goodbye.
Thank you.